Good morning. It is Wednesday, April 1st, April Fool's Day. I was trying to think of something to do for April Fools and I couldn't think of anything. So we're just gonna do our workout like normal, as if nothing at all is different in the room. So that's what you need. If you have a pair of light weights, go ahead and grab them. If you have a pair of slightly heavier weights, you might want a choice today to go back and forth between, say, 2 pounds and 5 pounds, or whatever floats your boat. And when we work on the slightly heavier weight section, you could potentially combine those weights so that you're holding a 5 and a 2 or a 3 in one hand to give yourself some extra resistance. Again, totally optional. You don't even need to use weights at all. You can do this entire workout without, or with a soup can or something else that has a little bit of structure to it to keep you focused. So that's it. That's about all. All right. So welcome to a moving weights class and some upper body focus today. Gonna head over and get that started for you. All right, starting with moving our feet. No weights in hand just yet. I've got mine waiting there. My weights are waiting. I made a pun for when we need them. We're just gonna start by moving those feet, getting those joints warmed up, getting that circulation going. All right, we got those heels gonna dig in now to the front. And remember, this heel dig is an opportunity to stretch out those calves. So you want to lift the toes, drive the toes up, and stretch out those calves. Good. I'm just going to watch my angle here. There we go. Okay. Good. Let's turn that to a knee lift. Just getting the circulation going, getting those body joints in action. All right. We are going to use quite a few basic sort of aerobic style moves today. Just a tiny bit of patterning. I'm not going to call it choreography because I don't want to scare anyone away. But we'll give your brain a little chance to do some work today as well. Just a little bit. I know, I can't ask you to do too much at once. We've got brain moving as well as body joints and muscles and all that good stuff. Little kick out to the front, nice and light. All right, so low kick. Arm swing. This is very loose, very easy going. Very nice, very nice. Going to keep that moving. Again, we are just getting everything ready to move. Good. Going to take that out to the sides, starting working out and warming up the side activators, the muscles that work to lift the side body movements. A little bit of a rock side to side here. And let's bend that knee and take those heels to the back. And again, this is an opportunity to feel how those muscles engage when you're moving. These are the front thigh muscles that we are feeling stretch out and work through their range of motion while we're doing this hamstring curl. So if I turn to the side, you can see the heel, hip flexor. That's what we're looking for right now, just activating the range of motion right there. Good, take it back to a march, because we're just going to transition your action here. We're going to take a little toe tap to the back, just a toe tap, so not going too far. I am reaching forward just to counterbalance, but if you don't want to coordinate those hands and feet right now, just drop those hands to your hips. All right, I want to keep them moving because it helps get that heart rate up as well. Awesome. Okay, again, just moving, tapping to the back. Good, waking up the glute muscles, the lower back, the muscles that pull those actions towards the back of the body. Good. We're going to keep those knees together and do that hamstring curl. I'm doing a little bit of a bounce on my toes because it's fun. But you can do this totally stationary, just kicking those heels to the back. Good. You're gonna pull those arms up with that. Again, just keeping the body moving. Excellent work. Now, keep marching those feet. Let's pick up some light weights and get right into it. Because what we're doing over the next probably 10 minutes is going to keep the body moving, using the upper body a little bit more strongly, keep that heart rate coming up. Our beats are fairly slow. I have my beats and the music going on here. You may not be able to hear it, and that's okay, but it's about 128 beats per minute to keep ourselves in a moderate intensity. We're going to start with a step touch side to side. Step and step. Step, step. 2 steps side to side. Not just a step touch. We'll do that in a minute. Okay, adding to that. Good, here we go. We're going to go up, up, down, down, up, and down. So we are moving with a different rate of speed on those arms than we are on the legs. This is where I told you we're going to work that brain a little bit. Working that brain. Good. Slow pass with those pinkies towards each other. Bicep curl. All right, now we're going to make it a little easier for the brain and take it on beat. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right back to that ordinary step touch. Back and forth. You got it. Light weights here. We're moving those hands quite quickly. We want to make sure that you are staying in control of your weights at all times. We don't want them to be thrown around or flinging around. Your muscles are controlling this action. Last 2. Gonna go back to those 2 steps. Here we go. 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is a coordination exercise more than anything. If it's not working for you, just go ahead and do one or the other, or adjust the timing of those weights. Go a little faster or a little slower so you can get that action. Last 2, and last one, back to side, and 1. And 2. We have worked the biceps here through this whole little combo. Very nice. Good. We're going to switch our arm action, but let's get those legs going first. This is what it's going to look like. Tap, 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 tap. We're keeping those feet moving. Now the arms are to the sides. We're going to work through the triceps now. Back of the arm. And we're going to go out, in, out, in. Good. Not too much thought on this one, I hope. Coordinating our upper body and lower body on this one. Hoop. Good. Alrighty, you ready for a little bit more brain games? I know you're ready. We're going to take the feet out to the front, but keep the arms the same. 1, 2. So again, this is going to feel a little different. It's always easier for our brain to coordinate the upper and lower body actions when they're in the same plane, when they're traveling in the same direction. So you have to make a little bit of an adjustment here as your arms go to the side and your feet go forward. Nice work. Let's take it back to the side. We'll do alternating this time. Alternating. I feel like my rhythm got a little bit quicker. I think my music, my cueing music got a bit faster. So go with it. If your weights start feeling too heavy, put them down. If your shoulders start coming up into your ears, that means it's time to put those weights down. Let's take that to the front again. Again, a little more coordination required when the toes, the feet are going forward and the arms are going side. Oh, we got this. Brain games, baby. March it in. if you're like me, you're feeling this a little bit in your shoulders as well right now. We've had those arms out to the side for a little bit. So let's shake that off. We're gonna bring those thumbs in and we're gonna zip up and down. Keep on that march. On that march. We're gonna squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep those feet moving. Good. All right. All right, I'm gonna move towards you. Just adding a little more action. So it's one arm and the other arm. Up and back. Up and back. Up and back. Just moving forward and back. So if you're following along with me, you might want to walk towards your screen, and back it up. Again, we're doing that alternating with the top on a different rhythm than those feet. Brain games. We got this. Good. Back to the march. Pull it up together. Up and down. Good. That's our brain break. Good. Who knew that we could also work out our brain while we're working out our body? I gotta tell you honestly, if those coordinated efforts are not working for you, pick upper body or lower body. Just laugh at yourself, have fun, don't worry about it. Keep moving. It's the most important thing. We're gonna take it back to that. Forward and back. So we're gonna walk forward and back. All right? My arms are going slow. Feet are going quick. Forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Good work. Have you got it? Are you laughing at yourself? I want to know. I want to know. March it in and let those arms go. Very nice. Very good. We're going to take it out wide. Going to keep moving those feet. And we're going to take it to a squat just to establish our action for the lower body here. The hips are pressing behind your heels. The knees are bending in the direction of, but never past your toes. Are we ready? Squeeze the chest, squeeze. 2. Okay, this is usually not too difficult brain body work here. One squat and the elbows come together. But if you find yourself going the opposite way, that's okay too. Just keep going in and out with the up and the down. All right. Good. From here, we're going to hold those elbows together and tap those toes, pushing side to side. Keep the elbows squeezed. Tap those toes. Keep pushing straight up. So right here, we want to avoid the tendency to push to the side. Just push straight up. Good. Toe tap and squeeze. Elbows drawing together. Let's go back to that squat. Here we go. Squat. Now this makes my brain say, yes, that's fine. This is the way I like to do it. I'm going to fake myself out now, and I'm going to go the other way. So from here, out, out. Oh, see how what I did there? I just switched the arms to open, close instead of close, open. Whew. Last 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Tap it side to side, push. Just keep going straight up, push. Drive those elbows in. My shoulders are saying hello right now. Whew, whew. Feel free to drop those weights if you need to, anytime. That is your prerogative, that is your right, that is your permission, not that you need it. Drop them. Ooh. See those elbows falling down? I gotta get those up there. Last 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and shake it out. Awesome. Shoulders rolling back. Well done. Excellent. So we are going to move in now to a little bit more concentrated work with the weights. So we're going to keep the feet a little bit more stationary, still moving through the actions and focusing a little more on upper body. So come to a wide stance this way. So knees are towards the toes, heels are taking the weight. Both weights in one hand, or switch to a heavier weight. I think I'm going to grab a heavier one. I happen to have a 5-pound weight right here, and that's going to work for me for this one. All right, I'm going to turn back to the front, and we're going to cross over as we lean to one side. And then we're going to pull through. Now, keeping the body nice and low and sliding across. So not coming up and over. Do you see the difference? That's up and over. I want you to come through. Hands on the thigh for support. Sliding through, and we're pulling up with the back muscle, pulling up. Squeeze your shoulder blade across your back. So you're trying to kiss your shoulder blades together. All right, squeeze them together. No social distancing for those shoulder blades. Squeeze them in. There we go, squeeze. Squeeze. And squeeze. We're going to come to the center, round the back, just for a little stretch. Coming up. Switch to the other hand. Let's sink into that lunge. Reach across to the knee. Slide across to the other knee, and then back. Slide across and back. So if you imagine a line right above my head, look, not moving, right? That's what we're going for, is that straight across. Somebody's heckling me from the other room. If you don't be careful, I'll make you come down and join me. I totally lost count, but that's okay. We're going to do it till it feels like it's about even on the other side. I feel like 3 more is good. 1 and 2 and 3. Good job. Round it up. Hands on thighs. Round the back and come on up. Excellent work. Another set of those. Let's add a little bit of weight. I'm going to add a 2-pound weight, so now I've got 5 plus 2. We're going to take it back down to that lunge position, reaching across. I'm going to show you from the side this time, a little bit of a different angle. So we're pulling across, the body stays straight, the back stays strong, and I'm going to count 8 and 7 and 6. Squeeze the shoulder blade. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll and switch sides. Reaching across to the knee, pull 1 to the other knee, and 2. Elbow wide. 3 and 4. Back is flat. Use that thigh for support. Can you believe I lost count? We're going to do 4 more. 3 and 2 and 1. Excellent work. Let's turn into a new position. We're going to take our feet about hip width apart. Slide 1 foot straight back. Keep that heel off the floor. We're going to turn sides so you can see that positioning. Our body is going straight down and up. And we're going to drop the knee just a little bit or a lot. And then press up to the ceiling. Ooh, I have clearance. You're losing the weight at the top of the screen there, but the foot positioning, believe it or not, is more important at this point than seeing the weight go all the way up. Keep your arm fairly wide. Keep going. I'm going to show you another angle on this exact same position here. Good. Arm coming about a fair distance from your ear. You should have about a hand's width from your ear to the weights, and then press them high. Good. So one thing I see often in class is the elbow dropping. Doesn't need to go there. That's your starting position right there. Let's do 4 more. 3. Remember, you can leave this lunge out if your knees are not liking this today. or if any other part of you isn't liking this today. Switching sides, step it back into that athletic lunge, tall back, arm to the side. Now I was doing a lot of explaining and a lot of positioning in that first set. So I don't promise that we're going to do exactly the same number on this side. I don't promise. I'm going to try. When it comes to this, I got to go by feel. Woo! Little wobble there. This is working balance as well. Hand on that thigh for more support. Arm out also can help. Or if you have a chair nearby, you can go ahead and grab that for some balance support. Because remember that foot, I'm going to show you that angle again, is up in the back. The knee is bending straight down towards the floor. There is a straight line between the knee and that reaching arm. All the way up. I feel like it's almost the same. Let's do 4 more. And 3. That was a long set. 2. And 1. Excellent. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to bring my chair in. If you are able to stand and reach and see what's happening, then please go ahead and stay standing. But I'm going to work a little harder here on the shoulders, and I want you to be able to see what's happening. So I'm just going to sit, but you can stand. Shoulder raise to the sides. Here we go. Up and down. Good. So we're going to keep moving here, working the upper body, but we're letting the heart rate come down. If you are standing, you want to have a slight squat position, so knees soft, hips tucked under, just a little, not too much, neutral spine. All right, soft knees and supporting that spine. All right, just a few more here, and we're gonna hold it up. Little pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly lower down. We're going to turn the palms to the back, knuckles coming up to the front, and you're coming up about shoulder height. 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Hold up on 1, 2, 3. This is tricky with 5 pounds. I got to tell you, I'm feeling it. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, little combo. Side and down and up and hold. And side and down and up and hold. And side. Elbows are soft, not straight and locked, right? They're straight but soft. Does that make sense? Let's go the other way. Last 4. And together. And down. And pause as you turn the knuckles up. Bring the thumbs together. Palms down. Turn the palms in. Up. And together. Palms down. And in. Very good. Shoulders back. Very nice. All right, let's lean it in. You're going to use your own lap as your bench here. If you are standing, you can lean forward and pull that belly in tight. We're going to lift the arms to the back. These are still shoulder flies. Lots of variations on shoulder flies today. Lifting up. Good. And hold it up on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Second set. And 1, 2. Feel free to use one weight and one arm instead of both if this feels a little bit much. And then on the second set, you would switch to the other arm. You can do that if you replay. I told you too late to do that right now. And come on up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8, 7, 6. Yep, the arms are sagging. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And come on down. Excellent work. We're going to end with a bicep curl concentration curl. So we're going to take it into a wide sitting position. My elbow is going to slide down into the inside of my leg, and I'm going to use that as a brace for my elbow and upper body. The bicep curl comes here. And I have used both 5-pound weights here. Feel free to mix up your weights as best you can. You can use both light ones, one light one heavy one, whatever you've got, or nothing at all. I cannot quote the exact studies, but in my training, in my 30 years of training, one thing that has always stuck in my head is that it has been proven that you can increase the amount of weight that you are feeling even without weights in your hands. All you have to do is concentrate on the action and provide muscle resistance. Imagine you're lifting a heavy bucket and your muscles will respond. So there we go. Last one there. I was not counting. Let's see how it goes on the other side. Let's switch it around. And the braced leg is in the front. I'm going to switch my weights to the other hand. Elbow down. And we're going to curl. Oh, and I thought of another little tip for us all. When you're watching these videos, sometimes I'm barefoot, sometimes I have shoes on. And I'm just doing what's best for me, and I invite you to do the same thing. Today I wore shoes because in the off chance that I dropped a weight, it's a little safer to have my toes covered. Honestly, you could probably function with this particular workout barefoot if that's your preference. And it also depends on your surface that you're working on. Last two, I feel like we're getting there. And last one. All right, so we'll do one last set of biceps seated in the chair while I finish talking about the surface that you're walking on and what you're gonna wear on your feet. So if you are on a surface that is non-slip and gives you enough cushioning, feel free to go ahead and use bare feet. If you are on a surface that is harder or colder or requires a little bit more cushioning, or if you require any kind of an insert in your shoe, an orthotic or support from a shoe, then even if I'm barefoot, please feel free to put shoes on. So all I'm saying is shoes, totally at your own discretion. And if you have any questions about what you should be wearing on your feet, please send me a message and I'm happy to help you with some more information that might help you make a decision. There you go. Last one there. Excellent. All right. Now, I've got my chair handy, so I think I'm going to stretch out in the chair today. If you have a chair handy, grab one. If you don't, you can do modifications or versions of these stretches on the floor. I'm going to start with reaching one toe out. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see that, and reaching out for that toe. So leaning in, we're pressing the belly towards the thighs. I'm just going to turn that music down. It's just super, super jazzy for a stretch right now. So that's just going to go off while we stretch. Excellent. All right, we're going to take that same foot that we're working, and we're going to call out the working leg right now, and we're going to push it right to the back on the chair and lean into that hip flexor stretch. This is one of my favorite stretches. If you would like to add on to that stretch, we're going to elongate that line by reaching that arm up. Lean into the chair however you need to. You are being supported fully by that chair for this stretch. Hip is pushing forward. And if you notice the toe is turned underneath, you could turn your foot this way. In fact, we're going to do that in just one moment. But for this, your shin, the front of the thigh, the hip, and the front body are all getting a nice stretch. Let's release that now, and now let's turn that foot over. Okay, we're going to just lift up on the chair enough to give yourself a little bit of height and push into that heel. So now we're shifting the weight, driving it into the heel, and that's going to stretch out the calf. Very good on that. Shift, just turn your ankle so that you make sure that your toes are in line with your knees. You don't want to turn your foot awkwardly in either direction. Try and keep that foot facing the same direction as your knee. And we're going to lower down. And then that working leg is going to come up and over. Yup. Like this. Figure 4 stretch. Just holding that ankle above the kneecap. We don't want it right on the kneecap because that can be uncomfortable. And just give yourself a little push down with that knee. That's going to open up through the hips in the side here. Okay, feeling that opening. And then from there, let's give it a hug. Give it a little hug. Sweet. And that's going to stretch out the glutes, make them wrap around the hip bone, and feel that stretch through the glutes into the side of the thighs. All right, we have another working leg to work. So we're going to take this one down, the working leg we're done with, and we're going to switch to the other leg as the working leg. Lifting up out of the hips and hinging forward, belly towards your thigh. Lean into that thigh for support. Reach the toe if you can. If that toe is not in reach, that's okay. Reach your shin, your knee, wherever you can. Notice that the breath will take you a little bit deeper into that stretch as you hold on. So make sure that you're breathing. All right, this is our working leg. The straight leg is our working leg. We're going to bring that leg all the way through, toe underneath, and drop your knees straight down towards the floor. So you may need to shift just to the edge of the chair a little bit. Hold on to the back of the chair, the bottom of the chair, wherever you feel nice and secure. And then we're going to open up through that hip, the thigh, the shin, and then add the upper body reach. Big flowing arc from your toes all the way up to your fingertips, through the front body, stretching it out. I feel like we stayed here quite a while on the other side, but we're going to move on to turning that toe underneath. Bring the toe underneath and lifting the body up just so that we can press into that heel. Got a fairly tippy chair today, but that's okay. It's still giving me a bit of support. So I'm using my hands to support on the chair. I'm pressing into the heel. So drive that heel downward. It may or may not touch the floor. That's okay. But I do want you to avoid turning the heel to touch the floor. I don't know if you can see that little difference there. If you can see the whites of my heel, my running shoe there, and press that into the floor. So we stretch that calf. That's what we're looking for there. All right, so that back leg is still our working leg. We're going to bring that across into that figure 4 stretch and open out. Pressing just a little bit of pressure, just the weight of the arm is enough to just give that a little bit of an open. Opening up that joint. Watching that your leg that is on the thigh doesn't have the ankle all kinked up weird. Push your ankle rather than your foot on your thigh. And you may want to put it just past your ankle bone because, again, if you have bony ankles, that's going to be uncomfortable. We don't want to do that. All right, and from there, we're going to lift it up and just give it a hug. And feeling that right through that gluteal muscle into the sides of the thigh. Not thinking about a twist so much here as we are just pulling that knee across the midline of the body. Very nice. Keep breathing. You're going to deepen any stretch just by breathing into it. All right. We're going to let that knee go down. We're going to do our little back twist now, nice and tall in your chair, turning around using the chair and the side of your leg to help twist. If you are seated on the floor, you can still, hopefully you are able to follow along with all those stretches, regardless. And coming the other way. Ooh, I got a little crack there, bonus crack for my little twist there. I always feel if it cracks naturally like that, that it's okay. It probably needed to happen. Breathe. And back to center. I like to do the side reaches. I'm going to post those feet out just a little wider so that I feel stable. Reaching to the side, breathing into that rib. And releasing. And the other way, reaching up to the side, breathing into the rib, and releasing, and giving yourself a big, big, big ol' hug. Thank you so much for joining me today. I wish you well, and we will see you again soon. Bye now.